All right. So go ahead and get comfortable. You can be lying down, you can be seated. So whatever comfortable might look like in this moment. And that can change. So right before we even dive in, give yourself permission to change what is comfortable throughout this practice. So the way that you start does not have to be the way that you end. Getting used to that idea in our minds. If we can apply that in a short 30-minute practice, we can apply that in larger aspects of our life. We can allow ourselves to make adjustments. And when you're ready, if you're ready and able this morning, once you get comfortable, whether you're seated or lying down, you can invite the eyes to close. If they're not ready to close yet, if they don't want to close at all today, they don't have to, right? So we can always, good morning. We can always let the eyes stay open. Falling off my yoga block there. So just checking in. Maybe the eyes can close, maybe they cannot. Just being okay with whatever option is available. And taking a moment here, if you're seated, just checking in. How is the spine? How does the physical body feel being seated? Maybe the legs are crossed. Maybe we're in a different shape. If you're lying down, taking a moment to get long in the spine. So making any shifts or adjustments. So any position that we take, ideally, the spine is straight, it's long, and we're opening up that channel from the crown to the roots. So taking a moment and seeing if we can have a nice open channel there. And let's just start first by scanning that physical channel. So the physical body and connecting in with that center column of our self. So drawing the awareness down to the root. So the root meaning the very bottom of the torso. Making sure that we're not clenching or holding any tension there in the pelvic floor. So sometimes we intentionally engage the pelvic floor. That's called mula bandha. That's a root lock. Sometimes we unintentionally have engagement in the pelvic floor and we're really grasping and we're squeezing and we're holding tension there. So take a moment and see if you can relax the pelvic floor. So if there is tension there, go ahead and invite that to soften. And then let's just do continuing a physical scan. Let's draw the awareness up now to the hips and the area just above the pelvic floor. So the low belly. Just taking a moment, checking in the hips, the low back, the low belly, that area related to the spine. How are we feeling there physically? Do we have to make any adjustments? Are we tensing? Are we grasping? Invite it to soften that physical area. Then we'll draw the awareness up a little bit. Let's come to our mid belly, to our navel, the belly button, the bottom of the ribs. Just take a moment, check in with that midsection, the spine and that midsection, and just make sure that we're soft there. So we have this strength of this nice, tall, straight spine, and then we have softness in the body. And then let's come up a little bit. Let's get to our rib cage, to our chest. Physically checking in with this area, making sure that it's relaxed, that the that the breath is flowing naturally in and out. So if you catch that you're holding your breath on an inhale or an exhale, take a moment there and see if you can release that block. And then coming up, let's check in with the shoulders, the arms, the hands. Notice if there's some gripping or grasping. See if we can invite in some more softness. So check in where are the hands, if they're palm facing up, palm facing down. Maybe they're on the thighs. Maybe they're just resting in the lap. We're lying down. They might be next to us or on our belly. Just take a moment, let the hands soften, let the fingers curl naturally. Let the shoulders soften down away from the ears. Drawing the awareness up now into our neck. We have to roll the neck a little bit, maybe rock the head side to side, making sure that we're releasing any tension in the neck, moving up into the jaw, into our face. See if you can even relax the inner ear, relax the earlobe, relax the eyes into the eye sockets. Relax the forehead. And then coming all the way up to the crown of the head. So see if you can soften the very top of the head. And then sending that awareness back down through that channel. So from the crown all the way down to the root, watch all that energy fall down that channel. And then on the next inhale, watch the energy rise from the root all the way up to the crown. And as you exhale, watch the energy descend from the crown back down to the root. So just starting to breathe with this visualization. So we pull the energy up from a nice soft root, pulling the energy all the way up to the crown. And then as you exhale from the crown, all the way back down to the root. So breathing and engaging with this energetic channel. Coming up, lowering down. So you might even start to picture like an internal elevator going from the ground level all the way up to the top penthouse suite. Just watch the breath for a few more rounds here. And stay soft. If you notice that that energy gets stuck somewhere as you're drawing it in and you're bringing it up, if there's something where it's getting stuck, just take a moment and sit with that. See if you can hold some compassion for where it's getting stuck rather than getting frustrated. And the breath can be nice and long and slow here. We're not doing any kind of a quick pace of breath, just a natural breath. Just watching that energy rise. And then we watch it fall back down. You're welcome to keep visualizing the energy on every inhale and every exhale. I'm going to introduce some ideas for us to contemplate. So, staying in this calm state and breathing intentionally and connecting to that energy. If you're able to listen to me and do all that, wonderful. So, we'll start to ask ourselves if there's anything that we would like to call in. There's some aspect that we want to strengthen within ourselves. We're going to take a moment here to meditate on this. So maybe we want to invite in more compassion. Self-compassion could be compassion for others. Maybe we want to invite in more self-discipline. Maybe we are inviting in more confidence, self-love, personal power. These are just ideas. Take a moment. Think about what you really want to draw into yourself, something that you are wanting to start to embody. Take a few moments here. Really, really ask yourself, what am I trying to embody? What do I want to nurture within myself? It might already exist in a small dose, and you want to amplify it. Maybe you feel it's not within you at all and you want to start cultivating it inside of you. So take a moment here. What do you want to call in? What do you want to cultivate within your internal garden? Once you have that in mind, and if you don't have it quite yet, that's okay. Be patient for that to come to you. Once you do have it in mind, if you have it in mind during this short time that we have together, we'll start to use every inhale to draw that into our system. So with every inhale that you take now, start to draw that into your body, into your very being, into the depth of you on a cellular level. Start to inhale and absorb that quality, that sensation. Use the inhale to take it in. Use your exhale to keep clearing out the space so that you can make more room to invite in this thing that you want to cultivate. So sitting with it, sometimes we can just use the word, and as we inhale, we say the word to ourselves. With every inhale, we breathe in the word compassion as we cultivate it internally. Or you might find there's a visual element that you can picture in your mind's eye. So, however, this idea represents itself to you, that's where you send your focus. So breathing it in. What do you want to cultivate? What is it that you are wanting to grow inside? What do you want to nourish within you? Use the inhale, draw it deep into your system. Feel it all the way down to the root. Take a few more rounds of breath, focusing on that which you want to draw within, that you want to cultivate in your inner world. Keeping that in mind, we'll add another layer. So with our exhale, let's start to think of what we want to send out into the world. Not what we're trying to release. This is not about getting rid of the parts of ourselves that we don't like or we whatever. We're thinking of what we want to add to the world. It might be the same thing that you're calling in. Maybe you're calling in compassion and you want to exude more compassion. Maybe you're calling in strength and you want to be able to send more love out into the world and you need to feel stronger to do that. So, what do you want to send out into the world? What is the imprint that you want to leave on other people? So, take a few moments here. Really think about that. Sit with that. What kind of person do you want to be in your interactions? Right, this is harder than just doing some breathing paired with counting. This is we're going a little deeper here. Everyone here's been doing this for a while now. So, what do you want to send out into the world? Maybe you want to be more loving, more welcoming. Maybe what you want to send out is something that's a little bit harder to put a happy spin on. Maybe you have to send out strong boundaries. Maybe you're the kind of person who's let people take a little too much from you. And so you want to send out compassion with boundaries. Maybe you want to send out confidence for other people. You want to help people see themselves the way that you see them. Maybe you want to send out tolerance. And again, what you might be breathing in and cultivating within you might be the same thing that you send out. It doesn't have to be different. It could be the same. It might be different. So if you have that in mind, and again, if you don't have it in mind in this very short time that we have together, this is something that you can work with throughout the rest of the day, the week, the month. Just asking yourself, what do I want to exude into the world? So let's come back into breathing in that which we want to cultivate in our inner world. And now as we exhale, let's think about what we want to send out into the world. Again, this is not about releasing or getting rid of something that we are done with. This is about the energetic exchange. What am I drawing in? What am I sending out? If you don't know right now, that's okay. Sit with the question. What am I drawing in? What am I sending out? So, doing the best that you can wherever your mental state is at right now. Let's use the inhale to intentionally draw in what we wish to cultivate or to ask ourselves if we're not sure. And then let's use the exhale to intentionally infuse the world with something we would like to see more of. So the inhale is intentional, the exhale is intentional. We are existing mindfully. This is a loving reminder to soften your body as you do this. So if asking these questions caused you to tense, please scan your body once again. Check if you are gripping in the pelvic floor and soften at the root. Check in with your low back and your hips and your low belly. If you need to reposition, be kind to yourself and do so. Keep breathing in what you wish to cultivate. Keep breathing out what you want to see more of in the world. Stay soft in the body, soft shoulders. If you notice that you're tensing from this, just notice that. Why is that happening? That's a blockage. Breathing in, exchanging back out. So taking in what the universe is offering. It all exists. It's all out there. You can create any life that you wish to create. Breathe it in. Exhale, send something back out. Keep working with these concepts here. Keep the breath even. Keep the body soft. Keep the mind curious. Keep the heart open. This is a very challenging practice. Few more moments here, a few more rounds of breath, breathing in everything that you wish to cultivate in your inner world. Breathing out more of what you want to see. We'll close this practice with 3 rounds of honeybee breath, Brahmari breath. You might notice for those who go to yoga or have done ohms in class as well, it's a closed mouth ohm. So it's the end of the ohm, right? So it's still this universal vibration. So even doing these 3 rounds of honeybee breath, let's stick with the concepts of what we're drawing in. And as we exhale, let's send it out. So when we do our Brahmari exhale, our humming, we're sending out into the world more of that which we want to see. Okay, so we stick with this concept. We intensify the breath a little bit here. It's a calm intensity. So your hands can stay exactly where they are. If you'd like, you can place the left hand over the heart and the right hand over the left. Or you can take the hands in prayer, whichever feels right for you at this moment. Let's start all together here with an exhale. So you can empty all the way out. Empty, 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 empty. As you inhale and you fill up, draw in more of what you want for yourself. And let's begin. One inhale, draw it in. Use the exhale to send it out. One more round. Mm, Take a few more moments here just to sit with that vibration. You're ready, you can slowly flutter the eyes open. Take a moment here and start to scan your area. So looking over your left shoulder, taking notice of anything that draws your attention. Scanning and then slowly coming towards center. Taking a moment to notice anything that draws your attention. And then scanning over the right shoulder. And start to invite in more movement into the body. Maybe you stretch the arms overhead. Maybe you sway, rock, roll the neck. Maybe you roll the wrists. Maybe you make fists and then open the hands wide. Any other movement that feels good in the body, really taking the movement, right? Sometimes we forget how important it is just to move to change things up. That's why it really works to just get up and go for a walk sometimes when we're in a funk. Sometimes you just got to go for a walk around the block. You see things a little differently. So for the sake of time, we'll go ahead and close. Yeah, if you need to hop off, you can hop off. Thank you for being here. Again, this practice being more conceptual, more meditative. It's definitely more challenging. So if you found it harder than doing one of the pranayama, one of the breathing practices, that's why. And invitation to keep working with this, right? So throughout the day, throughout the week, just to come back to this contemplation. What is it that you are wanting to cultivate in your life? And what do you want to see more of in the world, right? That's where we have this responsibility to be what we want there to be more of, right? We have to create what we're looking for. We oftentimes look outside of ourselves for someone else to be doing the thing. And it has to start with us, right? We have to be living in the way that we want other people to be living. And then we're going to draw more of that energy into ourselves and attract it. But it has to come from within us first. And so we have to work to cultivate that. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, whatever it looks like. And if you'd like to reach out to me, if anything came up, if there's anything that you want to share, please be in touch. And I'll see most of you next Sunday, I hope, if not sooner. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.